Hi everybody, this is Samantha with Blonde and Unhinged, and I want to discuss today the catastrophe I just saw on TV with the United States Secret Service director testifying. I had a lot of issues watching that, and I was disgusted, and I couldn't believe how much of a disgrace she is. Mind you, the attempted assassination happened on July 13th. Okay? That was 9 days ago. So whenever she was asked a question by many, many different individuals, she would deflect. Oh my God, her favorite word or favorite sentence was, well, I want to be able to provide you with factual information. I can't answer that. And most of the people that were asking these questions to her were like, it's been 9 days. Or even like the simplest things like yes or no questions, she would deflect and like try to turn it into, oh, well, blah, 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 like, and not give and still wouldn't even answer the yes or no question. Now, and I feel like my theory with the attempted assassination to begin with, my personal opinion, like I stated in my other video before, was that my little conspiracy theory was that the current administration in the White House had something to do with it. That was what I had just believed. My point of view, not factual, just my conspiracy theory, my own. And then with her today, listening to her talk and deflect like pretty much every single question. And then also another one of her favorite sentences were, well, the FBI is still investigating that, so, I'm going to wait for the final report. Or so they're like, well, when do you think you can give the American people like actual answers? She's like, well, the investigation should take 60 days, final report. 60 days? They're like, 60 days? The election's in 100 days. It's just weird. It is so weird to me. Especially with the election being 100 days away. It's all, like, it doesn't sit well with me. I watched the whole thing. The whole thing of her being questioned for literally almost 3 hours I watched. And not once did she give any inkling towards what happened. How did it happen? How did the Secret Service, miss this? How did, all these other things? We got no clear answer. And I don't think that we may ever. And what baffles me and what makes me think my conspiracy theory is more true is because she's not even willing to resign. So there was an attempted assassination on a former president, which was a security failure of the Secret Service, the one you're leading, the one you're the director of. And you're not even willing to resign. Why, though? Why? Why aren't you willing to resign? It's just, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like there's some sort of cover-up. They're trying to get their ducks in a row before they actually give any solid answers. Because in my eyes, my conspiracy theory, it's a cover-up. They're covering something up. Because if you think about it, at the end of the day, the president has full say on whether or not she gets fired. Okay. Oh, you mean the president that just got pretty much kicked out of office, removed from office by his own party? The one that's cognitively declining? That president? What? And that's like a whole other issue. And I'll get to that in another video about that whole party, the Democratic Party. But it's like, how are we supposed to, one of the questions was, do you find it to be a problem that the, the American people don't trust the federal government? They asked, to the director of the Secret Service, do you believe it's a problem? And I forget the first thing she said. The first thing she said was oh, well, I find it unfortunate. And the guy called her out, why are you, quibbling, crabbling, whatever, with with my question? And then, so he asked the same question again. And she said, well, I think it's, unfortunate, or I think that, the American people should be able to trust in their federal government. Again, he's like, why aren't you answering my question? It was a yes or no question. Why are you making it so difficult? I think she was subpoenaed to go there too. She wasn't even willing on her own goodwill, to go up there and answer these questions. She had to be subpoenaed. And that really is concerning. Because in my eyes, it's what are you trying to hide? What are you hiding? How 9 days later do you have no form of any clarity towards this situation? How? It just baffles me. And you expect us to trust you now? You expect former President Trump, and hopefully soon to be president again, to trust your ass? If she is not fired, I'd be surprised, because I don't know who else watched the full thing of this, the 3 hours of this. It was a disgrace. It was pathetic. It was a disgrace. She should be ashamed of herself. It was just disgusting watching that, and watching her catch on her own words and trip up and all that. It was just a catastrophe. And she should be fired on the spot, right then and there. For at least have some common decency and resign. You people, if you watch the full thing, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for the people that didn't see the full thing, see if you can find it online, because that was a catastrophe. And it seemed more of a cover-up. Kind of I'm saying I can't answer this to pretty much buy some time. That was my interpretation of watching that. Buy some time to make a better cover-up story. It's shameful, it really is. Anyways, that was briefly my take on everything. My 8-minute little rant. Anybody else? What are everybody else's thoughts of Secret Service Director Kimberly at Capitol Hill today being questioned? Comment your thoughts below. Let me know. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I'd love to hear it. Bye, guys.